Okay, so we still got a little bit until the Oscars actually. Yeah, we got like a month. But I just saw this movie yesterday. They brought it back into my theater for like a week, so I wanted to see it before it left. So I'm gonna talk about each of the things it was nominated for and if I agree with that and whatnot, and then I'll tell you my general thoughts on the film itself. Okay, here we go. So it was nominated for Best Achievement in Film Editing. Um, don't know what the other nominees are right now. Not worrying about that, what the other ones are, but I could see it winning that. It was pretty seamless. Um, Editing is a very tricky one to know who's gonna win unless you're like an editor. Because for the most part, the best editing you don't really notice. Um, and for the most part, editing is it's something you don't really notice what when you're watching it. So, but but I could definitely see it winning that. And then it was original screenplay. Um, I don't know what the other nominees are, but I could see it winning this one because this screenplay is fantastic. Um, it's what really makes the whole movie is just this uh, crazy story that always gets more crazy as the movie goes on. Um, but yet it's also uh, eh, very what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even know. Okay. Anyways, it's got some heart, I guess, is what I'm trying to say to it too. There's some. It does a very good job of mixing crazy violence and absurd things with some really sweet, nice moments and other um, things that are really nice, and also having be hilarious at the same time. Some movies they try to do be funny and dark at the same time. Some movies pull it off very well, some not so much. This does a great job, and the dialogue in this is it's great dialogue. Um, for the most part, it flows very well. It feels eh, most of it doesn't seem realistic 100% of the time to me. I mean, I don't know. I don't live in Missouri, so I don't know. Maybe people really do talk like this, but it was very entertaining to listen to. So great story, and the characters you every character had an arc. It seemed like it had a good moment. There was great moments from every character in the movie, um, and they were all likable. Even the ones that weren't likable, you still liked seeing them on screen. So great screenplay. I could definitely see it winning that. Performance by an actor in a supporting role, Woody Harrelson. Um, he's a very good actor. I liked him in The Edge of 17. Um, yeah, he does some good stuff. He's this kind of role in like in Edge of 17 is like the perfect role for him. He does it so well, and he could win it. Um, Now also for supporting actor Sam Rockwell, I don't see him winning. I thought he was fine, but um, it felt like acting to me. It didn't feel very natural. Um, I mean, he does a good job, uh, but like I said, it's more felt more like acting to me. But I don't know. I'm not an actor, so the performance by an actress in a leading role, Frances McDormand. Yeah, whatever. She won the Golden Globe, and I could see her winning the Oscar too. I don't even know if she was actually acting in this or if she was just being herself. Because from what I can tell, there's not this character and herself are kind of similar. But no, she does a fantastic job, um, making this character very believable and hilarious. She can handle the more serious moments, the more crazy moments. So I could definitely see her winning that one. And then, of course, Best Picture. Um, it did win the one for the Golden Globe, so I think this has a good chance of winning it. But yeah, I don't know with the Oscars all the time. Um, so other things, I think what it was nominated for is pretty much everything. Um, I wouldn't nominate it for cinematography, but cinematography was pretty decent. Um, it worked for the movie. Um, there was a few shots here and there. I was like, I don't know if I quite like that. There was one long take, and for the most time I like long tracking shots. But this one, for some reason, it was really shaky. Oh my goodness! And I just something about it I didn't like. Other than that, the cinematography was pretty good. So I'm not upset that it didn't win. Um, but yeah, this movie was very enjoyable. Some movies I notice they're very good movies. They're well done. They're well acted. They have a good screenplay. They're shot well enough. They're edited well enough. They got a good director. But um, they don't necessarily entertain that well. Like I haven't seen most of the nominees yet, but I'm feeling like The Post and Darkest Hour are gonna be and Phantom Thread are gonna be great movies and stuff, but I don't see them being very entertaining. And then there's some movies that are very entertaining, um, but they're not necessarily very good, not very well directed. Um, they're just very cheesy. I don't know. They're just they don't have great cinematography, great editing, great performances, great screenplay, but they're entertaining. This movie it's both of those things. It's done well, but it's extremely entertaining. It was kind of a long movie. It's 2 hours, an average length movie, but it flies by because you're just really having a great time with it, um, enjoying the great story, the great dialogue, the great performances, and man, some crazy stuff happens in this movie. Every time you see something like you're like, wow, that was pretty wild. Then they somehow are able to top it later on. Um, and so it was very very entertaining. So I would recommend this movie to pretty much anyone, unless you don't like uh, cursing. Yeah, it's got some cursing in it, but other than that, it's actually pretty clean. Uh, so yeah, I definitely check it out. Uh, I think it has a good chance of winning some awards, possibly Best Picture. Um, so right now, between the two movies I've seen three, but the two I've talked about, I'd probably have to go with this over Dunkirk to win Best Picture. If it was just between the two, I'd say this would win. Uh, so I think that's all I gotta say about it. Um, funny, uh, but funny with some heart and some crazy, crazy things. So yeah, at this point I'd probably just start repeating myself. So I'm just gonna end it here, and that's all I gotta say about that. Oh, actually, there was one thing about the movie I really did like was for pretty much the whole movie, it seems like nobody is on anybody's side. Everyone's kind of against each other, and there's so much hate between people in this movie. But I guess this is a spoiler, so just end the video now if you haven't seen it. But around the end, they all kind of help each other out, and they all kind of forgive each other, and you know, and I thought that there were some really nice moments, and also the whole thing about the I forget the Woody Harrelson's character, uh, the chief, his whole suicide part um, was very interesting, and you know, found that very kind of a nice part of the movie. How he, you know, wrote the letters to all the people in his life and stuff. So yeah, done well. And for this, for sure, for real this time, that's all I gotta say about that.